We are live. Aaron Smith, the rapping professor. FlyNubianQueen.com. FlyNubianKingstv.com. Make sure you are listening live. If you're not listening live, make sure you're still live on. Let me do my thing. Take off the bling. Oh, I'm not at work no more. Check it out, y'all. No jail for Jesse. No jail for Jesse. Woo, if this ain't a shady case of the shadiness, my man. Oh man, I can't wait. I don't even watch Empire like that, but when Jesse come back, he's gonna be like, "Who shot JR?" Shouts out to the Dallas. Who shot JR? Who punched Jesse I? Oh my goodness, Jussie Smollett charges are dropped, angering mayor and police. I guess he was right when he said he was the gay Tupac. West side of Chicago, no jail for Jesse. Oh, let's read a little bit of this. Now listen. You make the mayor mad and you make the police chief mad, you best never go to Chicago again. You best never go to Chicago again. I would stay out of Chicago. Oh my goodness. You think Tekashi 6? You better never. The mayor don't like you and the police chief don't like you. Justin, that's all I can tell you. Stay out of Chicago. Oh my gosh. Prosecutors in Chicago dropped all the charges against Jussie Smollett, the Empire actor who was accused of staging a hate crime. Still look like he stayed. He's free. He's free. Oh, the mayor, Rahm Emanuel. We'll get to you in a minute. Rahm Emanuel, called the discussion a whitewash of justice. Interesting choice of words, Mr. Emanuel. Because if we don't remember correctly, it was Emanuel who they accused of a cover-up in the murder of Laquan McDonald. When the mayoral candidate, Gary McCarthy, started naming names, he said the candidate sent a letter to the Attorney General calling for a formal investigation into the video cover-up, saying the investigation focused on Mayor Rahm Emanuel and his accomplices, quote, at City Hall, whom McCarthy says hid the video so they could win re-election. Y'all remember when the Laquan McDonald assassination video came out? You want to talk about whitewashing? You want to talk about playing games with the law? Rahm Emanuel, well, we need to talk about it. We need to talk about Laquan McDonald. Rest in peace. And why that tape couldn't see the light of day until the elections were over. FlyNubianQueen.com, FlyNubian King TV. Make sure you log on. Woo. Text Queens at 31996. Stay in the mix. Like, subscribe, share, do that there. Yeah. And make sure you want to get your shopping popping. Shop FNQ.com. You want to get your business right. FlyNubianBusiness.com. Want to get your money right. FlyNubianMoney.com. Get your life. Shouts out to Boys Watkins. The whole Fly Nubian Queen family. But we got to talk that talk today. We got to talk that talk today. I'm going to put that's right. I don't even know what I'm saying. That's right. So whoever come in, I'm just saying that. That's right. No, but seriously. So I said no jail for Jussie a long time ago because I want to keep it consistent. If rich people get to, buck the system, then rich people of all colors should get to play these games. And we in the class of society, we still need to rectify it. But yeah, I like my corruption consistent. No, I'm just kidding. But so Jussie is home. Some of the people that was involved, like those Nigerians said they feel betrayed. I gotta wait till they exclusive. Maybe Gayle King will interview them. I don't. Y'all gotta tell me something. The side note of tonight is I saw Oprah came out with the Apple stuff. We talked about that, right? I need to know where we stand. Because sometimes I can say I know where I stand. I need to know where we stand with Oprah. Like, I need to know what the marching orders are. I'm not saying I'm going with you to march, Because some of y'all might be marching with it, I might be against it. I don't know. But I need to know where the community stands with Miss, you told Harpo to beating me, with Miss Sophia. So Laquan McDonald, Rahm Emanuel, chill with the fake outrage. You ain't mad about Jesse Smollett talking about his Subway altercation. You probably less upset about Jared from Subway, the way you probably. So I like to start tonight. I know it was last night we talked about not being so emotional and really being able to analyze things for what they are and not based on emotional triggers. So one thing that I did with some of my students to help to achieve that, I gave them a little exercise, and I call it Ratchet versus Classic. And I read the lyrics to this rap song. I'm gonna read them to you now. It goes, "I'ma pop my pops, then go hammer my moms. Have at least 4 C's. Now my brothers, my sons. Now my daughter's my sister. And for them I'll ride. And when the truth come out, suicide." And they was like, wait, what? Ew, what are you talking about? So I played Trap Queen by Fetty Wap. Stay with me now. And they was like this, they face started scrunching up because they know that they master. I mean, they know that certain people don't approve of Fetty Wap. So they was in an academic setting. And we don't love Oprah again until she got to buy us all cars. Oprah got to give reparations. Oh, Oprah got to single-handedly give reparations, and then still will think about it. So Fetty Wap's song, Trap Queen, was talking about buying Lamborghinis and him working with his sister like Bonnie and Clyde, right? And I said, y'all scrunched up y'all face when I played Fetty Wap. But the lyrics I quoted, the lyrics I quoted was to paraphrase the story of Oedipus. Oedipus, the classic. I said, you ain't never scrunched your face up at Oedipus. Oedipus talked about having sex with his mother, killing his father. You talking about incest and fratricide. Oedipus gouged his own eye out, self-mutilation. Here you got incest, fratricide, and self-mutilation, and you never questioned that or called that disgusting a day in your life. You sat up in class, Oedipus, the story of Oedipus, the classic tale Oedipus we're talking about. Oedipus, the Oedipal complex, the Oedipus complex, right? When people are so-called with Freudian theories attracted to their mother and envious of their father, right? So Oedipus, in the story of Oedipus, he wanted to, well, his destiny, he was told, was to marry his mother and to kill his father. And so he wanted to run from his destiny. And in running from his destiny, he ran deeper into it, right? So the point I'm making is when people hear this story, they never say, this is disgusting. This is ridiculous. They never say, oh, but they'll judge a rap song. So I put it on, I said ratchet versus classic. Some stuff we label ratchet, some stuff we label classic, even if it is by definition extremely ratchet. What's more ratchet and ignorant and ghetto and backwards as incest? Yeah, Freud with his sick self, right? So here we had Trap Queen was talking about cooperative economics. Him and his girlfriend never letting go, right? They were going to buy matching Lamborghinis, even though they was in the drug trade, right? Black male, female support. I think it was MC Light that said that one of the most feminist artists that was out was Fetty Wap, because at least he was talking about staying with his woman, working with his woman, protecting his woman. They're talking about owning the business, right? But on the other side, you got, Trap Queen versus Drama Queen. You got Oedipus. Again, murdered your father, fratricide. Married your mother, incest. Gouge your own eye out, self-mutilation and scarification. Which one should be more heavily critiqued? But they ain't taking that out the library. Ain't nobody muting Oedipus. They giving this to high school and junior high school students when they learned about war after war after war, celebrating every general. Right? So you teach them about murder, you teach them about incest. Then when they come out and act a certain way, they say, what's wrong with these? Yeah, all them stories, right? What's wrong with the children today? You feed them a healthy dose of nonsense. And you're so busy tea and crumpets. Oh, this is a classic. I learned this when I was trying to be white. I mean, when I was in college, right? You so busy, never even questioning the content, never even questioning. But every time a rap song comes out with a beat to it, everybody got something to say. Right? Everybody got something to say when a hip-hop artist say something. But let somebody tell you it's from Shakespeare. Let you know, and then everybody's like, oh, it's okay. Oh, it's all right. I'm sorry, boss. Let's get to the root of some of this. Because when it comes, I'm talking about Jussie Smollett or analyze these classics, I say, oh, the hypocrisy. Oh, the hypocrisy. How dare you? There's some people that was satisfied with the fake non-summary Mueller summary, but then gonna get mad when Jussie worked the system. Some people can work the system and you clap Hercules, Hercules. Other people work the system. Oh, how dare that black man? And I talk about it all the time. I talk about the abduction of Gadamine. Maybe I get. I'm gonna throw the links in the chat tonight. I'm trying to step my game up. But the Greek mythology, the abduction of Gadamine. I can put it. I just do Wikipedia. Y'all can just see it. It don't matter where you see it from. Yeah, y'all can just see it. Maybe I won't do it. But yeah, so this young boy was so attractive to Zeus, the Greek god Zeus, that he turned himself into an eagle and he swooped down and went and took this boy and paid his parents off. Gave his parents, put it in the chat, gave his parents some level of immortality and all that. So the god of all gods is a sexual predator pedophile who goes and pays off parents when he finds the boys are attractive and makes the boy his personal cupbearer. This is a story. Yeah, nasty, ain't it? You can check the link, right? This is disgusting. But your children go to school and they take literature classes in Greek mythology and you don't notice what they're studying. But meanwhile, they tell you how bad all these rappers are. Ooh, look at his pants. 2 inches too low. Oh, that's so... Man, somebody got you mixed up and tricked up. I'm not saying it's good to wear your pants low. Don't get it confused. Both and. We looked at the picture of the statue of Abraham Lincoln, right? Out there in Vermont. With his hand on the top of the head of the naked little boy, with the woman with her clothes down to her waist, laid up against his waist. What kind of who's doing the imagery? Iconography is of critical importance, and the subconscious has no filter. So what the level of distraction? So I say, good job, Jussie. You made the police mad, the mayor mad, and you got off. You got transferable skills that we can use in our struggle. I'm not saying, what is it with the little boys, right? All the angels got to be naked. All the little fountains got to be boys peeing and all this nonsense, right? Pederasty, right? The highest level of romantic contact, for that civilization was an older man and a younger boy. But they steady talking about somebody else just because they make a rap song. You got it right there in the link. Boom, boom. So peep this. This whole notion of who could say what is actually it's not even just racist and hypocritical. It's completely unconstitutional, right? Abridging the freedom of speech, infringing on the freedom of the press, interfering with the right to peaceably assemble. I know I've heard stories about black people that have heard keep it moving so much they didn't even know they had the right to peaceably assemble. I heard people that was around in the 60s and 70s that said the cops would come on the corner and break it up, literally. Break it up, right? They're interfering with the right to peaceably assemble, assembling or prohibiting the petitioning for governmental redress of grievances, hence hashtag reparations. You're not supposed to be able to stop anybody from peaceably assembling. As long as we in peace, they should never. Think about all the black people. I remember there was a song, it was a song, Public Enemy had a video, and in the middle of the video, they had a police officer was acting. He's like, move along, darky, right? And it was so common that black people hear that. Black people hear, just keep moving, break it up. Doesn't matter what you're doing. There's a scene in the movie Beat Street where they play that song, Baba Back to Cry, and Lee and his crew are battling in the subway station. Y'all remember if y'all saw Beat Street? And they put the box down and they get to battling. Them and their rival crew and Lee's crew, they get to battling. And then the cops come and chase them around while they just sit breakdancing and then arrest Lee. The mom comes down to the jailhouse and the mom says, you're lucky they was just dancing. Peaceably assembling. We couldn't even born the cipher back in the day. Somebody would start rapping, yo, I'm on TV, hoping that you see me. I'm going to bring truth, spray it all like graffiti. Talking about Jesse, not trying to be messy. I got something for the devil if they test me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't stress me, bless me. I be in the cypher spitting. Next thing I know, there's some bright lights. I'm like, what's going on? We can't do poetry now? So this right to peaceably assemble, that's why we got to get a little more petty. Because we always like, we want to do all the right things. And if Jesse is guilty, we should make sure that, man, if Jesse guilty and got off, he got off. The same way they talked when Enron went down. I ain't seen one person trying to be like, let's go to their house and make sure the people in Enron, they was like, man. Stephen Collins admitted to molesting the children, was all on the show. They played the reruns of that. Elvis was shooting TVs with guns, throwing chairs, dating the 14-year-old, Flesh coming from high school, hopping in bed with him, gave her a black eye. She's still doing the tours and everything, and everybody going to Elvis Graceland like, So guess what? When Jesse gets out with his shaky, shady story, guess what I'm going to say? Right back to the same devils that never wanted to give me justice. He's going home. Check out Empire. I'm not going to invest extra energy in trying to do something to Jesse that you're not going to do to your people. No. Now, if I see him in private, I'll be like, bruh, you wild. But as for this whole public outrage, they trying to get people on board. No. Say it's the cops in Chicago. Let me go. Let me just get it up here. Let me not play. I'm not playing tonight. Because we got to know the depths of depravity. We got to know the depths. Because people will make you forget. I don't forget. They say never forget, right? Never forget. Log on to flynubianqueen.com, flynubiantv.com. Text Queens to 31996. Stay in the mix. Like, subscribe, share. Check this out. Chicago Tribune. I'll put it in there. A fifth victim said he was dragged into a vehicle walking near her Syracuse home. Now listen to this. Remember when they had that House of Horrors? Who remembers it? In Chicago, where the cops were taking, how many cops had killed the brother and got away with it? Exactly, Rafiki. But what I was talking about in Chicago, remember they had that black site, that off-site interrogation site in Chicago? The Chicago police were bringing suspects to this site and basically beating them up and all that. For Chicago police, what do they call it? House of Horrors? What are they calling it? Have secret dungeon? Is that what they said? The Chicago police detained Americans at abuse-laden, held for hours at secret Chicago black site. It's the Guardian. I'm reading right here. How the hidden, how police kept thousands. I got you. Yeah. Chicago, the New York Daily News. Chicago police detained more than 7,000 people at secret interrogation center, and they got a picture of it. I'm gonna put I'm not playing with nobody. You gonna get on? Yep, here you go. I got you. I'm fired tonight. Yeah, you can look at the pictures of it and everything and read along. Everybody, let's read along together. Chicago police detained more than 7,000 people at secret interrogation center. The report reads by Meg Wagner. They got the picture of it, the picture of the building at Hoffman Square over the last 11 years. They said they've been dragging people to this off-site like it's The Wire or something. You think you're going out to the police station, they drag you in some apartment building and start beating you up, interrogating you. What kind of interrogation you going to have if you're not even at the police station? You're like, what's about to happen now? That's right, Homan Square. I'm reading it, yup. Of the 7,185 arrestees questioned at Homan Square between 2004 and 2015, only 68 were allowed access to legal counsel. They wouldn't even give you a lawyer. That's right, 11 years. And they're going to come on TV. They're going to come on TV and try to get some sympathy after shooting Laquan McDonald, hiding the tape, murdering people every day, and then be interrogating people at some black site. Don't even give them the constitutional right to due process and able counsel. Yeah, just like with the Fred Hampton, right? Where the Chicago police was cooperating with the feds and all that, right? Alphabet Boys. They gonna get on TV talk. I wish I could get that audio up. They gonna get on TV talking this nonsense like somebody should be sorry for you because Jesse dropped the bag and made a deal. And every time they have dismissals, the case is sealed. Know that, though, because they're going to try to, why is it sealed? Every time they dismiss the case is sealed. Every time. Shouts out. Any legal minds you can, yeah, I know y'all know. It's going to be sealed anyway. And don't try to Bill Cosby it. Don't try to unseal it. If your rule is sealed means sealed. Kiss from a rose. No, different seal, different seal. Now, FlyNubianQueen.com, FlyNubianKingTV.com. Make sure you log on. Make sure you text Queens to 319-996. Stay in the mix. Like, subscribe, share. Do that there, that button. Yeah, yeah. And if you want to get your shopping popping, shop FNQ.com. And these people, let's go all the way in. Let's go all the way in. Let's talk about the main troll that created the direction for the trope. We got to start with the hater in chief. I'm talking about historically. We got to start talking about J. Edgar Hoover. We're going to talk about J. Edgar Hoover. We got to talk. We got to talk. And we got to talk about COINTELPRO. Because all these black sites and you can't find a tape to play, you murdering somebody, but you can get on TV the day Jesse walk out. Jesse was still walking out and they was ready to do their press conference. But when Laquan McDonald happened, oh, we can't find no tape. Oh, we can't find no tape. Oh, you found a tape, Ron? Oh, no, I can't find no tape. Man, out of here. Who you playing with? Shut up and go find some tapes of the other people you killed that you ain't releasing. Get out of my face talking about Jesse. Who's the police chief? Mona Scott? What kind of reality TV fiasco, scripted reality is this nonsense? Get out of my face. If I wish I was there. I would have said, get out. I would have said, go do your job. You know, they say it to people all the time. We be protesting. Whenever you protest, somebody will tell you, go get a job. You know, you got a job. You're taking off work just to protest. They be right there. Go get a job. Well, if you got time to do a whole press conference about an Empire actor where ain't nobody get hurt but him, oh, we dedicated some man hours. We'll dedicate some more to solving some crimes. COINTELPRO. Let's go. Let's jump down this rabbit hole. Let's not even two-step into it. Because R. Kelly's muted, so we can't step in the name of. Let's dive headfirst into this. COINTELPRO, acronym for the Counterintelligence Program, series of covert and at times illegal projects conducted by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigations aimed at surveying, infiltrating, discrediting, and disrupting domestic political organizations. National Security Agency Operation Project Minaret. M-I-N-A-R-E-T. M-I-N-A-R-E-T. I tell it all. I tell it all. This is the thing. Some people live according to how they're going to be liked and received. Other people live according to how they're going to be remembered when they're gone. And I argue these people sound very different while they're on the planet. You watch some documentaries of Dr. King and the speech the day before he got assassinated. I'm not worried about that now. I just want to do God's will. And he's allowed me to look over the mountaintop, and I've seen right the promised land. He ain't worried about it. When Malcolm said the price of freedom is death, I'm a dead man already, right? Tupac talked the same way. You heard Marcus Garvey's speech. There's always this urgency in Marcus Garvey speaking. Even Bob Marley, there was a peace and a serenity that surpassed all understanding that said he was only worried about hearing good and faithful servant, well done. You know what I'm saying? Some people really like, I hope people like this. Oh, I was like, what happened? They'd be like, I hope people, you give me a thumbs up for this. I don't care if you gave a broken thumbs down, 1,000 of them. If this the facts, I'm going to keep talking the facts. I'm a mercenary for the truth. The truth is my friend. The truth is my follower. The truth is my squad. I don't need nobody else to do nothing with, for, or in my name or in my faith. Well, as long as you stand on the truth with the truth, you'll be all right. And if there's one or two other people telling the truth too, then welcome to FlyNubianQueens.com. We done got our own squad of people who telling the truth in our immediate circles might face a lot of backlash, trying to convince our own family and friends of the necessity to be more conscious. But I ain't got to worry about whether my family up to speed yet, whether my friends is on board yet, because we got a platform like this. I talk to the people that already know. They be knowing the cases when I'm saying them. They ain't like, what? The cops would really do that? Take somebody to a, they're like CIA black site, 11 years, they reading the article, right? The place was located, the west side of Chicago, in the black community, right? M. Holmes, right? They know. So you ain't got, when you talk that talk in terms of how you're going to be remembered when you go, it sounds so different. So I say again, Project Minaret. If you didn't want nobody to say it, then you shouldn't have had it going on. Like at some point, man, shouts out to Bookman Duddy. Shouts out to Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Toussaint Louverture. At some point, like, shouts out to Angela Bassett for playing that role of Tina Turner with that scene in the limo where she just got tired of being abused and of being a victim and just let her oppressor know it is not going down like that anymore. Y'all remember the scene with Ike and Tina, right? She wasn't eating no cake that day, right? She was in that limousine. Let me stop. She was in that limousine like Ike. One more, blah, 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 right? Hey. At some point, you gotta let people know. I don't care what you do to me. You're not going to defeat. If you murder me, you're not gonna murder my spirit. That's what Freddie Hampton said with the last words on my breath. He said, a revolutionary, right? So you could kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill a revolution, man. If enough of us just talk that talk and stop being scared, it'll be over. Okay. Project Minaret targeted the personal communications of leading civil rights leaders, Americans who criticized the Vietnam War, including senators, Frank Church and Howard Baker and others. COINTELPRO was monitoring senators just because they wasn't feeling going overseas and killing people that they never met. Like Muhammad Ali said, the Viet Cong, they never do nothing to me, they never call me, and we're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just read you the part of the Constitution that said you got the right to say what you want to say. So this non-constitutional, how you have an unconstitutional federal agency with lethal authority? It's beyond tyranny. This is treasonous. An anti-constitutional federal investigation entity that has lethal force and the ability to infiltrate, forge documents, discredit, and even neutralize and politically imprison. But I shouldn't say it? Oh, you plumb crazy. You plumb crazy and got the wrong one. You telling me they could do all that? Eleanor Bumpurs, Medgar Evers, the climate that destroyed Malcolm, Martin Luther King, right? The friends of Ida B. Wells, all the lynchings from Rosewood, the riots in Tulsa, the White Caps, the White Citizens Council, the Ku Klux Klan, all these different entities that you couldn't stop. Meanwhile, you stopping the UNIA. You could lock Garvey up, though. You could march all these Panthers out, lock them up for 40 years like H-Rat, and you could shoot them down like Bobby Hutton. Like, you could do all that to us, but we can't even talk about you? What kind of Lindsay Lohan Mean Girls drama you think we really living in right now? People just, what kind of Debo tuck your chain in, but when he leave, I'll be talking again? No, I'm going to talk now. If you ain't want nobody to talk about you, you should have been lying on people, denying people their constitutional rights, and killing people, imprisoning people for no just cause, but for the fact they disagree with you politically. And anybody who doesn't talk, you should question them. You should question anybody who's like, I got to play the game for another 50 years. Like, get in the coffin. Get out of here, man. Go lay down in the coffin until you stop breathing. You dead already. Just act dead. Every day you wake up, instead of going to work, eat your breakfast, drink your coffee, and lay in a coffin. Go from the coffee to the coffin, because you ain't alive. You ain't living your truth. You ain't speaking your truth. You ain't exercising your gifts. You're not speaking truth to power. You're not wrestling with principalities in high places. You know, you're just letting demons and devils just roam all over the planet and attack our children and our consciousness. I'm not playing them games, man. You dead to real people that really do put in the work. You in a sunken place at least. Project Minaret. Official COINTELPRO label took place between 1956 and 1971. The FBI stated motivation was protecting national security. How are you protecting national security when you're denying the highest document of legislation in our nation, which is the Constitution? You cannot, under any circumstances, justifiably claim you're protecting national security when you are trampling on the very document that, according to you, ensures that level of freedom and security, the Constitution. Let's keep going. I don't even want to wait. I don't want to wait. I don't want to play. FBI records show that 85% of COINTELPRO resources targeted groups and individuals that the FBI deemed subversive. 85%. Listen to the organizations. Communist, socialist organizations, organizations associated with civil rights movement, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and others associated with the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the National Association of Advancement for Colored People, the Congress for Racial Equality, and other civil rights organizations, Black nationalist groups, the Young Lords, the Rainbow Coalition, the American Indian Movement, A broad range of organizations labeled the New Left, including Students for a Democratic Society, the Weathermen, almost all groups protesting the Vietnam War, the National Lawyers Guild. Wait a minute. COINTEL make me want to shot. Get my gun now. Okay, listen to this. The National Lawyers Guild? I mean, I heard of the Lollipop Guild, and you was against the National Lawyers Guild? So you monitoring senators, and you're against the lawyers. You don't like the college students protesting. You don't like the preachers leading civil rights. You watch, like, FlyNubianQueen.com, FlyNubianKingTV.com. Text Queens to 31996. Stay in the mix. Like, subscribe, and share. Do that right now, right there. And make sure that if you want to get your shopping popping, you go to shopfnq.com. And I mean, they looking at everybody. Everybody. This is ridiculous. These are supposed to be American citizens. They talk about enemies, foreign and domestic. You're not an enemy just because you don't like the fact that they committed genocide on your people. Yeah, they don't want us to do anything. They don't want us to do anything. The remaining 15% of COINTELPRO resources were expended to marginalize and subvert white supremacist hate groups. So they gave 85% to everybody else. What year was Jeff Sessions? Might be a vampire. Jeff Sessions might have been alive 100. Well, he was alive then. He was alive back when they first started this COINTELPRO. Maybe he's a young boy. But listen to this. FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover issued directives governing COINTELPRO, ordering FBI agents to, quote, expose, disrupt, discredit, neutralize. People argue that means assassinate, and otherwise eliminate. So neutralize and otherwise eliminate is in quotes. The activities of these movements and their leaders. Under Hoover, the agent in charge of COINTELPRO was William C. Sullivan. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy personally authorized some of these programs. Stop telling me about the good ones, the good, right? The good, the Kennedy, the good. Man, John F. Kennedy had to go to his brother to get those wiretaps for Dr. King approved. Who you think brought them tapes to Coretta? You think that Robert didn't know? But he was, man, oh man. Kennedy would later learn that he also had been a target of the FBI surveillance. So Kennedy's sitting there trying to go against King and have his brother approve the wiretaps for King. And then he's going to turn around and realize he was getting monitored himself. My goodness. Then, of course, you got Tolson. Tolson was J. Edgar Hoover's boyfriend with the matching outfits. Maybe I'll get an article on that. I'll throw it in there, too. I'll put Hoover and boyfriend Tolson. Make sure I spell it right. I got us. Clyde Tolson, who was J. Edgar Hoover's lover, ABC News. Listen to the title. Oh my gosh, maybe it'll come up. Let me see. I put it in the chat and it'll come up, y'all. Hold on for this title. Aaron Smith, the Rapping Professor, FlyNubianQueen.com. I hope the title come up when I put the link in there. Let me see. Oh, it didn't come up. It just said homosexual story. Listen to this, y'all. If y'all click it, y'all gonna see it. I'll give y'all a second to click it and read it for yourself. I'm gonna give y'all a second. Click that link, though. It's about J. Edgar Hoover. Look at the title. They be playing Jedi mind tricks. They be talking to us. I tell you, like Goldie on that boat with that snowflake. When he's snow bunny, he's like, yo, where we gonna go to, Goldie? To the top if you're not afraid, baby. J. Edgar Hoover, gay or just a man who has sex with men? J. Edgar Hoover, gay or just a man who has sex with men? I'll leave it alone. I'm just talking about Clyde Tolson because it has nothing to do with his lifestyle. We're not even going there. The issue is he made Clyde Tolson second in command. A lot of people hire people they sleep with. Shout out Kamala Harris when she was dating the old head married Mayor Bull, right? She got the BMW and $100,000 in the cushy job. What? The link. You ain't got the link? Oh, my bad. Look at me. What link? Yep. Thank you, Tony. I'm sitting here with the link sitting in my queue. And there you go. There you go, the link right there. Look at that title. That title's hilarious. the games they play. Orwellian doublespeak. Welcome to 1984, right? My issue is, and going against the gay rights movement, let's not forget. They said they one drop black, going against black people. They said he was gay, going against gay people. Just all crazy and self-hating and mixed up. And, you know, this guy had got to be in charge for 50 years, which is bad enough. But then he got his under or unqualified boyfriend to be second in command. Now, the FBI should be worried about, you know, those domestic concerns. So we got domestic enemies. I want the FBI to be on the case. You so busy trying to be close to your boo that you endangering the whole nation with your matching outfits. Google matching outfits and put their names in it. I mean, they were styling. I ain't gonna lie. They One drop, Bliss Broyard. My Father's Hidden Life, a story of race and family secrets, tells that kind of story. But let's get to the root. Let's get to Alexander Mitchell Palmer. Alexander Mitchell Palmer served from March 4th, 1909 to March 3rd, 1915. Now, in August, Alexander Mitchell Palmer, people hear about Hoover, they hear about McCarthy, they don't hear about Palmer. And but you know about the Palmer raids. Y'all know about the Palmer raids. He organized a general intelligence unit within the Department of Justice and recruited J. Edgar Hoover. Alexander Mitchell Palmer recruited J. Edgar Hoover, at that time a 24-year-old law school graduate who spent the war working in and then leading the Justice Department's Enemy Alien Bureau to head it. This wall stuff, this xenophobic stuff, this Trump stuff, this stuff goes all the way back. They had an Enemy Alien Bureau. It's like when you do dirt, you're always watching your back. You hit a lick and your head stay on swivel because you don't want somebody to do to you what you just did to somebody else. So once they got here and was genociding and exploiting enslaved Africans, they was continuously like this, finishing schools for the native people. They was doing all this raping and abusing the children and erasing people's history and stealing people's birthright. They never got no sleep. So the first thing they want to do is set up some committees and some commissions. Just like when the enslaved Africans got free and were able to compete fairly, with all the skills they had developed from childcare to carpentry, they started making unions. They said, we got to find a way to do the jockey syndrome and change the rules and box them out. Alexander Mitchell Palmer, he recruited J. Edgar Hoover. Now, on October 17, 1919, just a year after the Immigration Act of 1918 had expanded the definition of aliens that could be deported, the U.S. Senate demanded Palmer explain his failure to move against radicals. So they like, yo, just like you're not doing enough. You hard on them, you racist, you xenophobic, but you got to do more. Palmer's reply on November 17th described the threat anarchists and Bolsheviks, again, we're back to Russia, posed to the government. More than half the report documented radicalism in the black community. So it's always this undue, disproportionate obsession with blackness and black radicalism and black militancy. Like it's always like we're the ones that scare them the most, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's the best way to say it. And the open defiance, in quotes, black leaders advocated in response to radical violence and rioting of the past summer. I like the language. Open defiance. I'm here for it. I always say I don't always feel it's appropriate to respond to disrespect with respect. Like I saw a video of a lady who was being violated on a train. The man had exposed himself on the train. The woman walked up to him and she was like, "You're not getting off this train. I'm gonna tell everybody what you did." And that's why you gotta address it. Because the guy's being a total scumbag and a jerk. You don't say, "Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I talk to you? Do you care to wait?" No. If people are being disrespectful, no disrespect to Michelle. You can go high as you want, Michelle. Sometimes I'm chopping their legs out from under them when they go low, they hit my shovel because I already dug 20. Sometimes you gotta meet disrespect with disrespect. It's like math. You cancel each other out. Double negatives. Listen, so Hoover began working as a messenger in the Library of Congress while he was living with his mom on some psycho type stuff. That's a different story, different day. While he pursued a law degree at George Washington University after Hoover graduated in 1917, Hoover's uncle, a judge, helped him obtain a job. We back to this hookup, this nepotism, this cronyism, right? Never skilled or qualified. Never skilled or qualified. Always telling somebody to pick themselves up by their bootstraps. Meanwhile, they got the major hookup. You got a government job that lasted 50 years based on the strength of your uncle but you hating on everybody else just trying to be human beings. Meanwhile, you silver spooning, you silver a few things. I don't even want to speculate what you might be silvering. You got a silver spoon in your mouth and a silver spoon in your mouth and a silver. Shouts out to Hoover. Ooh, rest in pain. R.I.P. Rest in pain. Hoover's uncle, a judge, helped him obtain a job in the U.S. Justice Department. Within 2 years, he was selected to be U.S. Attorney General A. Mitchell Palmer's special assistant. Sound like congressional pages. Sound like altar boys. Special assistant. Sound like George Washington with his manservant. The black manservants that George Washington had, right? 2 years, though? That's quick climbing the ranks. That's some Willie Brown, Kamala Harris climbing the ranks. What kind of climbing are you doing? What kind of climbing? Okay. Shouts out to them. In 1919, Hoover himself targeted Garvey, referring to Garvey as, wait for it, because you heard it later with Dr. King, slightly different, notorious Negro agitator. See, this is the thing. When people don't got no style, no rhythm, no swag, they don't come up with a bunch of new stuff. That's why during the US organization's conflict with the Black Panthers, it was called the East Coast, West Coast rivalry. And when Vibe magazine came out with Quincy Jones, right, and they were doing the interviews, it said East versus West, and it was another East Coast, West Coast rivalry. People don't even get original anymore. And if you read John Patash's study about FBI's war on Tupac Shakur and black leaders, you can even watch the YouTube video. Maybe I'll put the link in there for that as well. You'll see that nothing new under the sun, especially when it comes to these old tricks that keep on working. When they find out these tricks work, they keep using it. FlyNubianQueen.com, FlyNubianKingTV.com. Make sure you log on. And if you don't have your shopping popping, make sure you log on to shopfnq.com. You want to get your business right, log on to Fly Nubian Business. If you want to get your money right, flynubianmoney.com. I'm going to probably type in FBI Tupac. It'll come up. And I'm going to give y'all the link. And you know what's funny? I'm going to tell y'all something serious. I have uploaded this link a few times, and most times I do. Most times I load up this link. This is a different link. Out to show about an interview about the documentary. I loaded the documentary 3 times, and they've taken it down 3 times. It's one of the, I got like 2 or 3 videos that they've taken down, and that's one of them. This is an interview by John Patash, who subpoenaed through Freedom of Information Act thousands of documents. And he's done work on everybody from Jimi Hendrix to Tupac Shakur, Bob Marley, talking about FBI involvement in assassination, discrediting of so many musicians and leaders. That's the interview. But there's a documentary where he spells out everything in the book. And I'll put it, matter of fact, I won't even need to put it back up. I can put it in the chat. I can find a way to just get it to y'all, and we can just all have it. And so it's not even that deep because there's ways around this. But back to the point. So you got a situation where you got somebody's been recruited by Palmer, personally obsessed with Garvey. And Garvey and Martin Luther King favor each other a little. I'm wondering if that was just Hoover's type. Let me stop. In 1919, Hoover himself targeted Garvey, referring to Garvey as a notorious Negro agitator. Hoover zealously set about to gather damaging evidence on Garvey and his growing movement. According to Corn Weibel, Hoover and the Justice Department were clearly hooked on a fixation on Garvey, which would become which would before long become a vendetta. My apologies. Hoover had relied on part-time black informants. Oh, here we go, y'all. How deep you want to go, how live you want to get. Because I'm talking about 1919, and some of y'all thought in 1960 nobody was going to act like this. In 1919, we like 60-something years out of slavery, man. Like your mom was born in slavery, chances are. Here you are working with J. Edgar Hoover to destroy one of the greatest organizers in the Pan-African and the African world, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. What kind of sunken place you got to be in? I always say Dr. Malefi Kete Asante talks about being dislocated, being lynched, and then being totally in the classicization of an individual, decapitated. For you to work with J. Edgar Hoover against Marcus Garvey in 1919, you was a special type of sick black person. So Hoover relied on part-time, didn't even give you a full-time job at first, part-time black informants to track Garvey's movements and the UNIA activities, But in December 1919, his determination to go after Garvey led Hoover to hire the first black agent. He hated us, but loved being. This is all. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Y'all know where I'm going. Y'all know where I'm going. Just last night, I said the enemy's not as emotional as us. I said the enemy cannot like us, try to kill us, and still use something for his advantage. Here we got J. Edgar Hoover despising black people, but not getting so emotional that he don't hire a couple to get his mission accomplished. Right? Think about how J. Edgar Hoover is like, I don't like him, but I'll bring him right into the office with me. I'll even pay him a salary. Good morning, Jamal, whatever. Hey, that's Jesse's character. But seriously, that's political maturity. That's military strategy. You don't even know that we enemies. Nas had a line in the album that said they never know we enemies until they hear me say it, till their daughter's on the phone saying, please, daddy, pay it. Right? Like until I done kidnapped your kids and she on the phone getting a ransom, that's when you find out we not cool like that. But before that, you're not going to know. This is a whole mastermind. Sees it coming before it comes. Right? But this is what Hoover was doing. It's why Hoover stayed there. It's the 48 Laws of Power. That's right. Art of War, right? But this is why Hoover stayed there for 50 years and didn't just help Kennedy, also monitored Kennedy. Right? He kept tabs on everybody so nobody could fire him. So every incoming president was already beholden to him. He had so much information on them. He hired the black people. So that means we should be so sophisticated that we're willing to hire people that are enemies of ours just to get our job done. That's deep, right? This is a whole nother level. That's why if you're not as sophisticated as your enemy, you cannot expect liberation. I don't say this to honor their names. I just say this to give you some information if you want to do some research. Because I know there's some serious stuff about Nomo and saying the names of the ancestors, but I don't believe people that work against our people and try to kill our people and destroy our people's movements are ancestors at all. So I don't think these rules apply. James Amos, a former bodyguard to President Theodore Roosevelt, joined the Bureau in August 1921. A bodyguard to Theodore Roosevelt named James Amos. Earl F. Titus, these are black people joining the FBI. Earl F. Titus, after working as an Indianapolis police officer, joined the Bureau on January 9th, 1922. He was a black cop in 1922. Oh, you still trying to catch indentured servants? You trying to run around after the convict leasing and you fresh off the slave patrol, right? What's good, Bianca? Alex, everybody, we in here. Arthur Lowell Brent became a special agent August 1923 after serving 2 years as a special employee, sort of assistant investigator in the Department of Justice. Brent was assigned to the Washington field office where he worked on the Garvey case and other investigations. He left the Bureau in 1924. Thomas Leon Jefferson, an experienced investigator who had worked for a detective agency in Chicago from about 1904 to 1921, entered the Bureau as an agent on September 22nd, 1922. Jefferson participated in many investigations working on the Garvey case. These are black men. Yeah, these are black. These spooks that's sitting behind the door with a gun waiting for the next black person to come in to do them dirty and get them done. These are some of the names. Yes, please. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, and text Queens to 31996. Stay in the mix. Make sure that you keep your shopping popping. ShopFNQ.com. And these are black agents that worked with J. Edgar Hoover. We're gonna bring it all out tonight. We're gonna bring it all out tonight. Let's talk about the church committee. The church committee was the United States Senate Select Committee to study governmental operations with respect to intelligence activities, a U.S. Senate committee chaired by Senator Frank Church. If you never watched the church committee parts, you would not want to miss. So much came out of those hearings. I put church committee. There you go. So in this part of the church committee, I'm going to show you. I'll put 2 links in there because, okay, yeah, I got a good one. I can check it out right here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, maybe y'all can hear it. Let me know if y'all can hear it. Let's do something hype tonight. Do something different. I got 10 more minutes. I want to know if y'all can hear this. I'm still putting the link in, but let me know if y'all can hear it. Y'all hear that good?
A heart attack that would kill someone.
Can y'all hear that? Y'all hear that audio good? Somebody talk black to me. Vicky Dilla style. Come on, y'all. Yes, you hear it? Okay, listen to what this lady's about to say. In the audio, I'll put the link in after. You can hear it. Great, but to play it. It's CIA secret weapon of assassination heart attack gun declassified in 1975. Listen to this, and then they're going to play audio from the church committee talking about this heart attack gun. Shouts out to Khalid Muhammad and all the suspicious deaths. But listen, y'all.
Also, I had to find, one time they wanted me to find out if there was such a thing as a poison that was undetectable, especially one that seemed to mimic a heart attack that would kill someone, but it would appear that they had a heart attack. I did find such a thing.
Does this pistol fire the dart? Yes, it does, Mr. Chairman. And a special one was developed which potentially would be able to enter the target without perception.
The poison was frozen into some sort of dart, and then it was shot at very high speed into the person. So when it reached the person, it would melt inside them, and the only thing would be like one little tiny red dot on their body, which was hard to detect. There wouldn't be a needle left or anything like that in the person.
But also the toxin itself would not appear in the autopsy? Yes, so that there was no way of perceiving that the target was hit.
Now, here you go. Here you go. Ready? Boom. You got the link. You can watch for yourself the members of the church committee looking at the actual gun while they testify about how it works. I can play no games. I ain't playing no games. So next time you hear about somebody having a heart attack, let's keep this party going. We got 10 minutes. FlyNubianQueen.com, log on. FlyNubianKingTV.com, log on. Text Queens to 31996. Stay in the mix. Like, subscribe, and share because I'm going all the way in and I don't care. Church committee, right? They talked about national security, and the whole point was the precursor to the U.S. Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. The committee investigated intelligence gathering communities, and that's how they found out about a lot of stuff. The church committee, they found out a lot of stuff because, they said there's a lot of rumors about people getting out of control. So they wanted to look at some of the intelligence committees, and the church committee found that, a lot of stuff was off the rails, and there was no oversight. So people were doing, all kind of stuff crazy. Okay. Let's end. Maybe we'll start next time with the same one. GS9. Agent GS9. Agent GS9. I say that because Gloria Steinem, GS. Agent GS9. I'll put this link in there too. Because people will question you. Because people are so locked into this feminist ideology. They black feminists. They feminists. So then when I say one of the mothers and stalwarts of feminism was a CIA operative and agent, they say, oh, that can't be true. So I say, no, I'm going to let her tell you yourself. So we're going to put Gloria Steinem, CIA, and I'll just give you the link. While she's talking about her time in the CIA, interviewed by what sounds like Mike Wallace from 60 Minutes. And he kept asking, he's like, you were able to do things with the CIA that you couldn't do with a private donor, right? Been an agent, right? Since way back. Because the article I'm putting up is all black and white, way back in the day interview. But she'd be on, Democracy Now! And all these shows acting like burning bras was the first time women got power. And I say it all the time. Ya Asantewaa had power, leading men into battle. Queen Nzinga was leading nations in military. Nefertiti, Queen T, right? Hatshepsut. Just because you never stood up to your man who's oppressing you, don't try to superimpose that narrative on us like we wasn't working together as complementary opposites since the time began. And I think that was Shahrazad Ali, right? Said that's her man, that's her problem with her man. Yeah, ain't no pictures on the pyramid walls of us dragging y'all by y'all hair. You can't touch a sister hair now. I wish you would touch a black woman hair in a rough man. You better off what? Don't go to sleep. Once I heard about somebody dragging somebody by the hair, I said, oh, that ain't us. They were talking all that caveman stuff. I said, well, we must not be the cavemen. We must not be the Neanderthals. Because once they said that the man dragged a woman, when they said the man dragged a woman by her hair, I said, oh, they not black. Because that man would wake up with no hands. That man, you drag a sister by her hair, you wake up like this. You be like, oh, shoot. They say, I don't care if it's Yaki bundles. You don't be dragged. Don't grab on this. Don't you? You could be showing love to a sister, and she'll stop the whole action and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't run your fingers through this here now. I done paid somebody. Definitely not black. You ain't dragging no black woman by no hairdo. About that. No, I don't care if it's just new growth up there. You better keep your hands off and out of it. The Yaki, right? Let me. You gotta have fun because this stuff is tragic. This stuff is tragic. But you got the link for Gloria Steinem and the whole point is, when you're not rooted in your own historical and cultural narrative and you're dislocated, you start looking to these people like heroes. You got people looking at agents like they heroes. Oh, if I could I tried to put the picture in there, but it didn't come up, right? The link came up with the Abraham Lincoln thing. But I'm gonna try to find a way to get the pictures so I can start dropping the pictures too. So when I reference the stuff in the future, we can just go ba 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 ba. But yeah, no jail for Jussie. Because all this spying and lying and our black leaders and teachers and master teachers and preachers dying and they trying, but it's not going to work. And I don't care if Jussie a jerk. I'm like, Hercules, you beat the system. You remember when we talked before about the man who did the mile in under 5 minutes, right? In under 4 minutes, all that kind of stuff, right? Remember when I can get the story. But the first man to run the mile in under a certain amount of time, I'm going to get his name up and everything. First man to run the mile in under, I'll put that. But the point is, the people tell a story all the time. So Roger Bannister, right? The first person to run the mile in under 4 minutes, right? His time was 3 minutes and 59.4 seconds. So Roger Bannister was the first one to run the mile in under 4 minutes. Before then, nobody could do it. But once that Bannister effect took heed, once he did it, everybody else was able to do it. Yes, Fly Nubian Queens and FlyNubianKingTV.com. Make sure you listen live and log on. Text Queens to 31996 to make sure you in the mix. Share, like, and subscribe. Do that right now because we keep it live. I say troll is they resent original loving leadership. They resent original loving leadership. That's why they troll. TROLL. They resent original loving leadership. So every time they troll, I make sure I let them know I know exactly why. So Roger Bannister. So once he broke that mile and once they saw he was able to do it, everybody else said, whoa, we could do that? We could run that? Oh, well, let me go out there and do that then. So I'm hoping that there's a Smollett effect. They said, oh, even with the mayor on you, like that scene in The Matrix where all the Agent Smiths jump on Neo and you think it's over for Neo, but then he pop up and they do the 360 joint and all the agents fly around out there. Yeah. So they can all jump on you, but Jussie was like, boom, right? So I'm looking at it like, whoa, you put a chink in the armor of this beast. They came hitting you with everything they had and you were able to navigate. So I just want to look at the strategies you employed. I want to look at the weak points in their armor because I might be going against the same beast. It's like watching a fight tape. If I'm a boxer and I'm about to fight the same person you just beat, I want to watch how you beat them. I want to see what you did. I want to see what stance you took, the comments you made, what legal representation you had. I want to see what kind of time frame you was working with, what kind of finances were employed, how you leverage your fame. I want to know. I want to know. Because they're coming at all of us one by one eventually. So every bit of information we can learn to come at this system is the way they come at us. We want it. So Jussie, how'd you do it? That's my only question. Not why'd you do it. That's for your counselor or your psychologist. Because you wow with that story, bro. But I want to know how you. Shouts out to Boyce Watkins. Shouts out to all the great people. Shouts out to the mods in the room holding it down for a good brother. Love y'all for listening. Love y'all for working. Love the whole Fly Nubian Queen Nation. FlyNubianTV.com. Make sure you listen live and log on. It's your boy, the rapping professor, Aaron Smith. You can Google me and see my classes over at Temple University. Make sure that you continue to support Fly Nubian Queens and Fly Nubian King TV. So this is a nation within a nation, and we're gonna help to not only enlighten and inspire, but change our situation. And we're gonna start with reparations, because this is the I'm not gonna say it's the new media. I'm just gonna say this is the real media. Forget the new and old thing. Because what's new will be old one day. This is the real media. This is where somebody gonna really do the due diligence and give you citing sources and walk you through the historical contextualization and importance of. This is the only place they're doing it. They're not doing that on CNN and Fox and all that. And a lot of people just be Googling and talking about some headlines, man. I mean, we take it to another level in this room. Like I'm putting on a professor hat, full throttle, and I'm gonna give you 15 to 30 quotes in a night, and I'm gonna give you a new perspective on it in the way and some marching orders as well. Jesse, how'd you do it? Shouts out to my teacher and guide, Dr. Malefe Kete Asante, the first person in the world to create a PhD program in African-American studies there at Temple University. He's the one that helped me raise myself to a higher level of consciousness and a greater understanding for the need to be dedicated to my people and my ancestral mandate. Every morning I wake up in the AM. It's an ancestral mandate, and I've done as the ancestors commanded. We call upon our ancestors far and near, the mother, our mothers, the father, our fathers. Woo, thank God for fearlessness and courage of Ida B. Wells and Queen Nzinga and Bookman Duddy and Nanny from the Maroons and Queen Mother Moore and just the Mumia Abu Jamal. Thank you for the courage and bravery. Asada Shakur. Thank you for the courage and bravery of people who made it. So some of these bootlicking, sunken place, not trying to speak up, always want to be light-skinned and grinning Negroes to even get the 6 and 7 figures they're getting right now before they stab black people in the back or donkey kick the ladder of affirmative action and progress onto the masses of African people. And instead of lifting while they climb, they lift the whole ladder up and throw it down one time and break a couple black people's spine. Like, shout out to Clarence Thomas, you hater. One day you will need us again, and we're not gonna be there. And it's just gonna be that. We gotta. I'm not gonna. They said Dr. John Henry Clark, master teacher, said that we were victims of our own humanity, but it won't happen again. From now on, when we cut people off, they need to be cut off unless something really dramatic happens. So people we done with, we done. We got to move forward. It's like a battlefield. It's like taking the brother's pulse. I don't care if you was on my side. If it's a body and we an active, we getting fired on, I'm not going to pick you up right now. I'm going to try to make sure we secure the parameter. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to get you back to base for a proper burial. But while I'm being fired, man, right now, we in the trenches, homie. And they shooting like a Nas remix made you look. They trying to take people off here. And I'm not just talking about YouTube pages. I'm Aaron Smith, the rapping professor. Shouts out to the people. Some people ask me how they can have me come out. I come out, you know. I don't got them fees like Obama. I ain't charging $250,000. And I fly coach. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. We got to get this message out there as much as possible. And the people love when I'm spitting the bars and I'm rapping and they respond to that much better because they hear all the raps and all that other stuff, right? So we got to make sure we do it the right way so we can reach them and teach them. Fly Nubian Queen, FlyNubianKingTV.com. Peace. No jail for Jesse. Where he going to be? At the Speakeasy? You know how people get home from jail, they go to that corner bar. They got the t-shirts on with his face on it. Talk about free J, free JS. Free J. Oh, take it easy.